Every English mistake you make is worth money, and you are throwing it in the trash. Today, we show you exactly how to stop wasting them.
Okay, Emma, I have a confession to make.
Oh no, is this about the croissant thing again?
No, not the croissant thing. Although, for the record, I pronounced it perfectly fine.
You said croissant.
I was nervous. I was ordering in front of people. Anyway, that is actually a perfect way to get into today's topic. Because that mistake, that embarrassing, very public mistake, I wrote it down, and it changed everything for me.
And that is exactly what we are talking about today, people. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. Welcome to Fluent English Podcast, the show where two regular Americans just talk. We talk about real life, everyday topics, and you, our listeners, learn English just by listening to us have a normal conversation. No textbook, no grammar charts, just two people chatting.
And today's chat is about something that sounds a little boring at first, but trust us, it is one of the most powerful things you can do for your English. We are talking about building your own personal mistake journal.
Which is exactly what it sounds like. A journal for your mistakes.
But there is a very specific way to do it that makes it actually useful, and that is what we are breaking down today. So grab a coffee, grab a notebook, because you might want to start yours right after this episode.
Let's get into it. So, Emma, let me ask you something. When you were learning Spanish and you make a mistake, what do you usually do right after?
Honestly, I cringe. I feel my face get hot, and then I try to move on as fast as possible and pretend it never happened.
Right, and that is what basically every language learner does. Every English learner listening right now, I bet you do the same thing. You say something wrong, someone corrects you, and you just want to disappear. And then 5 minutes later, you have completely forgotten what the mistake even was.
Which means you are going to make it again.
Exactly. And again, and again. And here's the thing, that is not because you're bad at English. It's because you're human. Our brains are really good at protecting our feelings, and one way they do that is by erasing embarrassing memories quickly.
So the mistake journal is basically a way of tricking your brain. You write the mistake down before your brain can erase it.
Yes, and by the way, listeners, I just used the phrase tricking your brain. When I say tricking, I mean making your brain do something it would not normally do, by being a little sneaky about it. Like when you trick a friend into doing something by making it seem fun.
Like when Alex tricked me into hiking by calling it a nature walk.
It was mostly flat.
There were mountains, Alex.
Small ones. Anyway, the mistake journal. Let's talk about what it actually is, because I want to clear something up right away. This is not a diary where you write about your feelings. It's not, "Dear diary, today I said I am very boring," instead of "I am very bored and I wanted to cry." It's more like a log, a record, clean and simple.
A log, by the way, is just a written record of things that happen over time. Like a captain of a ship keeps a log of everything that happens on the voyage. You are the captain of your own English journey. Your mistake journal is your log.
I love that. Can we put that on a t-shirt?
You are the captain of your English journey, 100%. Okay, so let's talk about how to actually set one up. Because I think a lot of learners here keep a journal, and they picture this big, complicated system, and it stresses them out before they even start.
Which is why we are going to make it as simple as possible. You only need 3 columns, or 3 sections if you were using a regular notebook. Column 1, the mistake. Column 2, the correction. Column 3, a sentence using the correct version.
That is it. 3 things.
3 things. So, for example, a very common mistake in English is saying "I am agree." A lot of learners say that. But in English, agree is a verb, not an adjective, so you do not use am with it. The correct way is simply "I agree."
So, in your journal, column 1, I am agree. Column 2, I agree. Column 3, write a sentence like, I agree with what my teacher said.
And then you have it. It is yours. You captured it. It is not going anywhere.
And that third column is really important because the goal is not just to know what is wrong. The goal is to actually use the correct version until it feels natural. Writing a sentence forces your brain to practice immediately.
Right, and there's actually some science behind this. When you write something by hand, your brain processes it differently than when you just read it. You remember it better. You connect to it more. So even if you are keeping a digital journal, I would say try writing at least a few entries by hand.
Okay, and I want to add one more thing to the journal, which Alex did not mention, but I think is really important. I add a why section, just a little note explaining why I made the mistake. Was I thinking in my native language first? Was I just guessing? Did I mix up two words that sound similar?
Ooh, that is really smart. Because when you understand why you made a mistake, you are much less likely to make it again.
Exactly. The mistake is the symptom, the why is the cause, and once you treat the cause, the symptom goes away.
That was very doctor-like of you, Emma.
I watch a lot of medical dramas. Do not question my credentials.
Okay, so we talked about what to write. Now let's talk about what to write about. Because I think some learners wonder, do I write down every single mistake? Because that feels overwhelming.
No, definitely not every single one, especially when you're just starting out. You would fill the whole notebook in one day.
So here are the kinds of mistakes that are worth writing down. Number 1, mistakes that someone else corrected. If a teacher, a native speaker, a colleague corrected you, write it down. That correction is a gift. You got real feedback from a real person. That is valuable.
Number 2, mistakes you noticed yourself, like you said something and then immediately you thought, wait, that did not sound right. Even if you're not 100% sure what the correct version is, write it down and look it up later.
Number 3, mistakes you keep making over and over. If you notice a pattern, like you always forget to add s to verbs in third-person singular, write it down and put a star next to it. That is a priority mistake. It needs extra attention.
And I want to add one more category, mistakes you're afraid to make. Situations where you want to say something in English, but you stop yourself because you're not sure if it's correct. That uncertainty, that hesitation, that is also worth writing down.
Oh, that's a great one, because that hesitation is basically your brain telling you, I don't know this well enough yet. And your journal is the place to figure it out.
Write down the situation, write down what you wanted to say, then research it or ask someone. Then write the correct version. Done.
All right, so now let's talk about the part that most people skip completely. And this is honestly where all the magic happens, the review.
Yes, this is the step that turns a mistake journal from a notebook of sad memories into an actual learning tool.
If you write mistakes down but never look at them again, you are only getting about 20% of the benefit. The review is the other 80%.
So here is a simple review schedule. Once a week, set a timer for 10 minutes. Open your journal, read through everything from that week. For each mistake, ask yourself, do I still make this mistake, or does the correct version feel natural now?
If it feels natural now, great. Put a check mark next to it. You graduated from that mistake.
And by the way, graduate usually means to finish school and get your diploma, but we use it informally to mean you have completed something or moved past something. Like, I graduated from making that mistake. I thought that was worth noting for our listeners.
Good catch. So check mark for the mistakes that feel natural now, and for the ones that still feel difficult, circle them. Those are the ones you focus on in the next week.
And once a month, do a bigger review. Look back at everything. See how many check marks you have collected. This is where you get to see your actual progress.
And this is so important because a lot of language learners feel like they are not improving or they're improving too slowly. And it is discouraging. But when you open your journal and you see 40 check marks from the past month, 40 mistakes that you no longer make, that is proof. Real, written, documented proof that you are getting better.
It's like a before and after photo for your English.
I really like that. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so Alex mentioned earlier his famous croissant moment. I want to hear the full story because I think it connects really well to what we are talking about.
Okay, so I have been learning French for about a year now, casually. And I went to this little French-style bakery near my apartment and I wanted to order a croissant. Now, I had heard the word 100 times. I just had never actually said it out loud to a real French person before. And I walked up to the counter and there was a woman there who I'm pretty sure was actually French, based on her accent. And I said, confidently, "Can I have a croissant, please?" And she looked at me and she said very kindly, "Do you mean a croissant?" And I wanted to become part of the floor.
I love this story so much.
The humiliation was profound, but here's the thing. I went home and I wrote it down in my mistake journal. The mistake, croissant. The correction, the proper French pronunciation, which is closer to croissant. And then I wrote a sentence. I would like to order a croissant in French without embarrassing myself. And I looked up a pronunciation video and I practiced, and now I say it correctly every time.
That is exactly how it works. The embarrassment was the trigger, the journal was the tool, and now you have that knowledge locked in forever.
And the weird thing is, I'm actually grateful for that moment now, because without it, I might have kept saying croissant for years and never known.
Okay, my turn. So I was in a video call with a language exchange partner in Mexico. She was helping me with my Spanish, and I was helping her with her English. And I was trying to say that I was excited about something, and I said, "Estoy embarazada con este proyecto," which I thought meant I'm embarrassed about this project. But I wanted to say I was excited, so actually it was even more wrong than that.
Wait, what does embarazada actually mean?
It means pregnant.
Emma.
I told my language partner I was pregnant about a project. She was very confused. There was a very long pause.
This is why false cognates are dangerous, people. A false cognate is a word that looks or sounds like a word in your language but means something completely different. Embarazada in Spanish looks like embarrassed in English, but it means pregnant. They are false friends.
Which is now in my mistake journal forever. The lesson, do not assume a Spanish word means the same thing as the English word it looks like. Always check.
And the column 3 sentence in Emma's journal, I am guessing, is not, I am pregnant about this project.
Definitely not.
Okay, so let's wrap up with something really practical, because we promised you a tip you could use today. And we mean today, like after this episode ends.
Here it is. When you finish listening to this podcast, open a notes app on your phone or grab any piece of paper and start your first entry right now.
You do not need a fancy notebook. You do not need a perfect system. You just need to write down one mistake you have made recently in English. Just one. The mistake, the correction, and a sentence using the correct version.
That is it. You have started your mistake journal. And here's a bonus tip. Make it the last thing you do before you go to sleep. Just 2 or 3 minutes. Think back on the day. Did you speak any English? Did you watch anything in English? Did you read something? Was there a word or phrase that confused you? Write it down.
2 to 3 minutes a night. That is it. Over a month, that is 90 minutes of focused, personalized, targeted English practice. No app can do that for you because no app knows your specific mistakes. Only you know your mistakes.
And now you have a system to work through them.
All right, that is a wrap on today's episode. Let's do a quick recap before we sign off.
A mistake journal is a simple 3-part log: the mistake, the correction, and a sentence using the correct version. Optional, but recommended, a short note on why you made the mistake.
Write down mistakes that were corrected by others, mistakes you noticed yourself, repeated mistakes, and moments of hesitation.
Review once a week for 10 minutes. Review once a month for the big picture.
And start today. One entry. That is all it takes.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who is learning English. The best thing you can do for a learner is give them something useful, and we really hope this was useful for you.
And hey, if you have a funny mistake story, like a croissant or a pregnant about a project level mistake, we genuinely want to hear it. Send it to us. We might read it on a future episode.
No judgment. Mistakes are how we learn. That's kind of the whole point.
You are doing better than you think. Keep going.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.